Another episode of SmackDown is in the books, and in this video, I will be going over all the major things that happened on SmackDown, what I thought of them, and whether or not I agree with the decisions that were made. The show kicked off with Cody Rhodes, and all he was able to say was, "So, Fort Lauderdale, what do you want to talk about?" And then Jacob Fatu came out, and then all Jacob basically said was, "Cody, you wouldn't be here without Drew, and Drew, get your punk ass out here so I can stomp your ass," or whatever. Then Nick Aldis came out and said that because Drew McIntyre caused chaos, he has the night off. But of course, I think as soon as he said that, we all knew Drew McIntyre was going to show up, and he ended up being in one of the suites. Jacob Fatu, after a promo with him, was about to go up there and attack him, and Nick Aldis was able to stop him and convince him not to do it, because he basically threatened to suspend Jacob if he does go do that, so Jacob didn't attack him. And then Drew was saying, "Everybody wants me because I'm the champion and stuff, and everybody's going after me because I'm the champion." And Cody said, "No, Drew, people aren't going after you because you're the champion. They're going after you because you're an asshole." And then that was that, and the promo ended. I feel like something might happen in the chamber where Jacob Fatu and or Drew McIntyre managed to get in there and cost Cody Rhodes potentially. Or maybe Jacob still somehow gets into the match. I'm not really sure. But it's looking like an obvious path to WrestleMania with Jacob, Cody, and Drew. Which, I mean, I've said this before, it's a fine main event, but it's nothing really special. However, Drew and Cody both did show up later in the show in the main event, so we'll talk about that later. Next, we had a match between Ilya Dragunov and Tama Tanger. And, oh buddy, do I have questions. Why is Ilya Dragunov, why did I say it like that? Why is Ilya Dragunov becoming a pin eater? What's going on here? He was the United States champion like a month or two ago. What's going on? It's starting to get a little concerning, I'm not going to lie. Tama Tanger ended up winning because the MFTs tried to interfere and stuff. Same thing as always. Also, I feel like Ilya Dragunov ends up bleeding in every single match, which is just, it's kind of funny, but it also is great that it shows how much effort and passion and stuff he puts into these matches, which I think is great, and I love the way he wrestles. But after that little glaze session, let's not have Ilya Dragunov take any more pins for a bit. I think that would be wise. He is a big cornerstone of this company in the future. He's only 33. Usually wrestlers are in their prime around the 35 to 38 range. Seth Rollins is 38. Roman Reigns and Cody are both 40, just a little bit over that. So, yeah, stop having Ilya lose. Yeah, he didn't lose clean, but still, man, come on. I disagree with this. I think that Ilya should have won here, especially since Tama Tonga already pinned Carmelo Hayes last week, so he should be one of the number one contenders. So I don't see the point of him beating Ilya Dragunov. I honestly kind of just don't think this match should have happened. However, after the match, the WIATTS showed up in the form of a video package, I believe, and said next week, basically, it's going to be Solo versus Uncle Howdy one-on-one, and he might finally get the lantern back. And next week, this feud needs to end. Straight up. Straight up, you gotta go. You're done. This feud needs to end. And the WIATTS can only show up and make menacing video packages and take over the show so many times before it gets boring because there's no results. In this feud, if anything, the MFTs have been booked as the superior faction. We can't just keep doing this all bark, no bite, where they constantly hijack the show, play a video package, and then have a match, and then lose, and then the same cycle repeats. We need to see results from the Wyatt 6, good results. And if they don't start doing that soon, they're just going to lose like all their aura. They're fumbling the Wyatt 6 so bad. You know how you can really make this faction great? Keep Gacy and Loomis in the tag team division. You have all the tag teams you need. You have a 3-hour show, so you have plenty of time for it. Put Nikki Cross in the United States Championship division. Hell, have her win the title. Why not? I mean, Julia ain't doing nothing with it. It's probably going to be the same thing with Nikki Cross, but maybe if they add another person, that it could be good. Get Uncle Howdy the Lantern back, for the love of God, and have him do what Karrion Kross was trying to do and help people unveil their dark side and have it see actual results. They were doing everything right with the Brotherhood of the Street Profits storyline. And then the Street Profits just fucking disappeared. They fucking despawned like a bunch of mobs in Minecraft. Why not revive that storyline? Everything was going great. And it looked like we were going to actually get the split up of the Street Profits. Everybody wants to see a split up of the Street Profits. So why not do it and have Bo Dallas be the one that separates them? If they do those things, the Wyatt 6 would have so much more momentum and feel so much more scary and intimidating. The bottom line is tomorrow, or next Friday, not tomorrow, the Wyatt 6 need to win, need to get the Lantern back, be done with this feud with MFT, and start showing results. Next, we had an absolute shock. There was a women's Elimination Chamber qualifying match between Charlotte Flair, Nia Jax, and Kiana James. It was a pretty good match, but Charlotte Flair had Nia Jax locked in the figure 8, and then Kiana James rolled in and hit a crucifix roll-up on Charlotte Flair and pinned Charlotte Flair clean and won and is qualified for the Elimination Chamber. I think WWE is starting to see something in Kiana James. I know a lot of people were talking about her after her Royal Rumble performance, and I think WWE has seen that. They protected her from the pin in the Tag Team Championship match, the Women's Tag Team Championship match against Rio. Julia took the pin, and now they're having her qualify, pinning Charlotte Flair, a certified main eventer, and heading to Elimination Chamber. I don't think she's going to win Elimination Chamber, but I think WWE is seeing something in her, and this is really good for her, honestly. I think we might be seeing a Kiana James push, and she might potentially turn on Julia and maybe win the title at WrestleMania. It's rumored, of course, that WWE has no earthly fucking clue what they're doing for WrestleMania, and they obviously are going to be panicking because ticket sales are dog dookie. Even with that 25% discount over Valentine's Day weekend, sales are still super far behind than they were last year. So TKO and WWE is obviously in a panic, but are they going to panic and throw new stuff at the wall and see what sticks? Are they going to try a bunch of new stuff? Obafemi, Trick Williams, Javon Evans, Kiana James, Julia. Throw all these things together. Let's just see what happens. Is that what they're going to do? Or are they going to go to the old reliable? Are they going to go to things like Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill at WrestleMania? Like, what are they going to do? What kind of panic are they in? What are they going to do? How are they going to respond to this? And I'm thinking, based off of this, we might be seeing an experiment type road to WrestleMania. And I love that because that makes it feel unpredictable, and that's how it should feel, and that's when the product is at its best. Now, the male who qualified for the Elimination Chamber was Worldwide Willie with his lemon pepper steppers. Trick Willie, the hottest, sexiest superstar in the WWE. I'm not gay. Trick Williams is in the Elimination Chamber, and yet again, the loudest pop of the night, and the whoop that trick chants louder than ever before. Even in these dead ass terrible American crowds in fucking Suck My Butthole, New Jersey, are popping and chanting for Trick Williams at the top of their lungs. Like I said last week, I cannot say enough good things about this man and what he is doing, and I'm so glad they had him qualify for this Elimination Chamber. I am in love with this Trick Williams push. There's still one more spot left in the Elimination Chamber. This is lining up to be an absolutely incredible Elimination Chamber, and I think a lot of these people have a chance at winning. Randy Orton always has a chance. He's Randy Orton. He already has a feud with Drew McIntyre. LA Knight, yeah, always in these moments, always close to winning. So, maybe there's a chance. Probably not, though. Cody Rhodes, I mean, do I need to say anything? WWE creams in their jeans whenever they lay eyes on him. So, Javon Evans, probably unlikely. But Trick Williams, also probably unlikely, but I think not completely impossible. Trick Williams versus Drew McIntyre in the WrestleMania main event. You can't tell me that wouldn't be a good match. I mean, it probably wouldn't be in the main event, but I don't think anybody would really complain that much about seeing that. So I am super excited for this, and I think this is, of course, obviously the right decision. Next, we had a heart-wrenching moment between feminist and feminist. Kit Wilson read more glorious poems to Oba Femi. And he said Oba Femi seems like a changed man since last week. And I agree. And Oba Femi seemed to agree. And in fact, Oba loved it so much, he wanted him to read more. But Kit was insisting that he didn't have more. And then Oba Femi said, read! So he read a poem from last week, a mean poem for Oba Femi. And Oba Femi was not having it. And then he just fucking demolished him. This was obviously incredible, just like last week or the week before or whatever. Obviously, it fits Kit Wilson's character great. I think he did a phenomenal job playing his role as he always does. I was laughing my ass off in this segment, and it made Oba Femi look like an absolute monster. And also, Oba Femi showed up later in the show backstage with The Miz, and The Miz basically offered him a trainee program for this young up-and-comer who's hoping to get signed to Raw or SmackDown, offering to show him the ropes. And Oba said, yeah, you can show me the ropes next week. I'll go talk to Nick Aldis. And he didn't realize that was a match until after he walked away. So we have Oba Femi versus The Miz next week, which I presume he's going to destroy him. However, after he tears that ass up, I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know where he's going to sign. It's kind of looking like Smackdown. But I think this was great and the right decision to have Oba Femi win. And last but certainly not least, we had Randy Orton and Aleister Black in the main event. Now, this whole situation, Aleister Black and Zelina Vega are trying to make Randy Orton embrace his dark side that they've seen. They're trying to get the best out of him. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to bring out the dark side of Randall Keith Orton. And I can't help but notice that this is extremely similar to some situation or pair of wrestlers that are husband and wife that I've seen before. It's almost like they aren't in the company anymore, and it's almost like they fired them for no reason. It's almost like they could have just done this before with these previous people, but I just can't quite put my finger on who that might be. I'm not sure. You let me know in the comments. Oh, that's right. It was Karrion Kross and Scarlett, but you had to let them. I'm still salty about that. Because I loved Karrion Kross and Scarlett. But Main event, it was a good match. Drew McIntyre attacked Randy Orton, costing Randy the match, and then Cody Rhodes came out to make his big heroic save. Woohoo! It's almost like I've seen that like the past, like last week, and the week before that, and the week before that, and the week before that. But who am I to judge? So Drew McIntyre ran away into the stands. Cody started chasing him, and then Randy got back into the ring. Aleister Black hit the Black Mass, pinned him, and won. This is interesting because does this mean they're reigniting the feud between Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre? Or, is it just Drew McIntyre trying to be the big bad guy? The big macho man? I'm not exactly sure. I kind of wish Cody ran back to the ring and accidentally costed Randy Orton or something by trying to help him so that we could, maybe just get a little bit of reassurance that feud's still going to happen. But no. So, yeah, that shit's never happening. I do think this is a big win, though, for Aleister Black. I just wish that, these kind of results could have, happened with, just two people who were doing the exact same fucking thing. But, yeah, let me know what you thought of this episode of SmackDown. I'll give it... we'll give it like a 6.5 out of 10. It's solid. But, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. And bye.